What if I told you that one of the world's most iconic brands began with a lie? A lie that could have destroyed everything before it even began. But that same lie was the first step in a journey that revolutionized sports, fashion, and culture. This is the untold story of Nike and the man behind it all, Phil Knight. Before the swoosh became a symbol of victory, before "just do it" inspired millions, there was a crazy idea and a man who refused to quit. This is the story of Shoe Dog, the memoir of Phil Knight, the founder of Nike. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button for more life-changing stories from the greatest minds in history. It was 1962. A young Phil Knight had just returned from a life-changing world trip. With a passion for running and a fascination for Japanese culture, he came up with what he called the crazy idea. His vision was simple yet revolutionary: to bring high-quality, low-cost running shoes from Japan to America. Back then, American runners only had two choices: Adidas or Puma. Both expensive, both dominant. But Phil believed that Japanese shoes could compete with the Germans, just like Japanese cameras were taking over the American market. But how does a broke college graduate make this dream come true? He borrowed $50 from his father and boarded a plane to Japan. Armed with nothing but passion and boldness, he walked into the offices of Onitsuka Tiger, the makers of the famous running shoe. There he told his first lie. He introduced himself as the representative of Blue Ribbon Sports, a company that didn't exist. Yet, that bluff got him the exclusive distribution rights for Onitsuka shoes in the western US. With that contract, Nike's journey had officially begun. Phil returned to Oregon and began selling shoes from the trunk of his car. That's right, Nike started on the dusty tracks and bleachers of local high school meets. Every sale was a battle. Every customer, a victory. But the path was anything but easy. Blue Ribbon Sports was constantly running out of money. Banks refused to give loans, and cash flow problems haunted Phil. Yet, he pushed forward, driven by his obsession for running and his belief in his product. To make matters worse, Onitsuka started questioning his loyalty and even began courting other distributors behind his back. Phil felt the ground slipping beneath him. But he knew he couldn't give up. Not now, not ever. Every hero needs allies, and Phil found his in a team of passionate misfits who believed in his vision. There was Bill Bowerman, Phil's former track coach and a brilliant innovator. Bowerman didn't just coach athletes, he obsessed over how to make them faster. Bowerman's experiments led to the legendary waffle trainer, inspired by his wife's waffle iron. This unique sole design gave runners better grip and lighter weight, revolutionizing running shoes forever. Then there was Jeff Johnson, the first full-time employee of Blue Ribbon Sports. A man of relentless passion who would write letters to customers, keep detailed records, and even sleep in his store to fulfill orders on time. Together, they didn't just sell shoes, they created a community. A community of runners who believed that these shoes were more than just footwear, they were wings. But then, disaster struck. Onitsuka betrayed Phil, attempting to cut him out of the distribution deal and take over his growing customer base. It was an all-out war, and Phil knew he needed to break free. Phil decided to take the biggest gamble of his life. He severed ties with Onitsuka and launched his own brand. But what would he call it? And what would the logo be? The answer came in a dream. Jeff Johnson dreamt of the Greek goddess of victory, Nike. And with a $35 payment to a graphic design student, the swoosh was born. Phil didn't like it at first. He famously said, "I don't love it, but maybe it'll grow on me." And grow it did. But even after launching Nike, challenges kept coming. Lawsuits, production issues, and fierce competition threatened to destroy everything. Yet, Phil and his team persisted, believing in their mission to serve athletes, to push human potential. From selling shoes out of a car to building a global empire worth billions, Phil Knight's story is one of passion, perseverance, and vision. But Shoe Dog isn't just a business story, it's a story about risking everything for a dream, about embracing failure, and about never giving up. Phil once said, "The cowards never started, and the weak died along the way." That leaves us, ladies and gentlemen, this. If Phil Knight's journey inspired you, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more life-changing stories. Drop a comment on what book or story you want us to cover next.